Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. I was in the VC some to ask. Makes me smile. Hello, Galvin. If you're wondering what game I'm playing, well, some guy recommended me in the stream, so like that's the game we're playing. I mean, that's the game. Alright, bro. So that's the game I'm gonna be playing. I don't know. I never heard of it, so like all I only know is Mark. Yeah, I can hear you. All I know is Markiplier played it, bro. Markiplier played this game that I'm about to stream right now. I don't know what's it about. I never heard of it. I never did my research. I don't know this game. You guys could be playing with each other. This is just a normal stream day. Not me just playing other games and you guys just play together. Mm, what time is it? It's 6. I'll put 40. 6:40. Please enter your current time. I don't think that matters, my current time. Well, just in case I'll put it I'll click it when it's the time hits it. Did I even do the Discord server? No, no, no.
Hello.
Hello, Lucas. A little something different today, you know? Oh, it changed time. There we go. Confirm it.
Join the Discord server, https
I
colon
know you're
slash
streaming
slash
there.
discord dot
Hang
gg
on, hang
slash
on. You, you
qqjjk59snu. I'm
thank you
streaming
for
later.
actual settings for clock both times you boosted in the game. A lot of people didn't take this step seriously. They just let the clock set at 12 and called it a day. But you're actually taking time setting the timer, and I wish appreciate it. This is now I know you care about this, preparing to pay attention. I don't even have anyways if you knowing
Its
if
name
at the
is it
time.
possible to play Forsaken with 4 starters characters?
I don't know. I don't think its name is possible forcing. I don't know. It's time your setting is correct. Tell you what, I'll make a deal. Since you're being so cooperative, next time you boost the game up and see the screen, just select time to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want. Even if it's not correct time, your current. Alright, now I'll let you get back into the video game now. I did this yesterday, setting it up, so I could just boot up the game in the menu right here. But I didn't know it didn't. I didn't know I actually did the interaction. What the? Oh yeah, so caption. Okay, this is what I need. What the hell? Okay, so crouch back, move, look around, pause, interact. Okay, that's easy. This is gonna be an easy game. Begin game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
I said hello.
Shocked,
I'm streaming
frozen
some other
solid,
game. You guys could
Stanley
just hang out
found
and play
himself
together.
unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Isn't there achievements in this game? Oh, there is. Which one's the easiest one? Click on... Oh, that's easy achievement. Watch, where's that door?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What achievement is this?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
50? 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Sup?
Hello, Mike. 417. Which room is that? 417, 417, 417. Ah.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
What's 437? Where's that at? 437, 437, 437, 437, 4... I just came out of the office. 4... Oh, 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
What? Where's 4 what? So 415. So 415. Where's 415 at? $4.15. This is 19. No, that's not 4.15. 16. Ah, here we go.
Now, back to door number 437.
Oh my god, bro. What is this achievement? I thought it was just something.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
What copy machine? Oh.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Four, 417. You guys, is that what it said? 417. Oh,
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. Isn't that this door here?
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
What is this game? I don't. Well, why would this person recommend me? I don't even like this game. This game is weird now. Where's the copy machine at? Here we go.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
That's it? Get your first trophy. That's so stupid. I got my first trophy. Ain't no way. That's so stupid. Okay, what is the next ones before I start this game? Quit the game and start again. So what does it mean by, what does that trophy mean? So do they mean by like, did they really want me to put like quit the game and start it again? So like, did they mean like this achievement and I thought I got the achievement.
All of his co-workers were gone.
That was Calvin. I mean that was Colton.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What is this game about? Just following directions?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What? God damn, you have to be any more louder though? What was the code again?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh, 2, 2, 8,
2845.
4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yeah, because the girl that you're hanging out with told you.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Why is it so black? Why is it pitch black?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength
Why is this
to
third
find
person?
out?
I hate third person games. I hate third person games. Whoever recommended me this game is getting banned. I hate this game now.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
What
revealed.
the
Each
heck?
bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's
Fire?
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What's my number?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was
What is this right now? This is
Wasn't
my.
it?
This is like
Was
third
it even
person.
possible? Had he truly spent
Bro,
his entire
bro,
life
why am I
utterly
playing this game? This
blind
game
to the
sucks now.
world?
It's just third person. I don't like third person games.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode,
Wait, what?
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this.
Where's the purple button?
This
2
version of
times.
events has been rather amusing.
1, 2.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and
Green.
take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Oh, green.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea
What is
where
this
you're going
vibration?
or
What
you're
the
supposed
hell?
to be doing right
Wait a
now?
minute, what did I do?
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
The hell?
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To
What
see
the hell
you
is this
made
game?
humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
Oh, great.
I'm
Dollar
going to
going.
destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Fuck it.
Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable
can't jump.
life from the moment we fade in.
So it's serious? We
until
can't
the moment
disable?
I
Wait,
say
what?
happily ever after.
Ooh. I got the 3rd achievement. Oh, that scared me. That scared me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
It's
decided to go to the
Undertales.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Watch, he's
memo.
playing Undertales.
What's this game about?
A set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I don't know. Some guy just recommended me it because Markiplier and some other famous YouTuber played it. So I don't know this game. It's telling me go to the left door. Should I go to the right one? Yeah, I want to do it. Actually, I want to see what
This was
thing
not
is.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
I
just to
know.
admire it.
If it's Markiplier, I mean, I like Markiplier,
Yes,
but I don't know
truly
this
a room
game.
worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Psych! I am.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Whoa, what is this place? Oh, shoot!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Why is it third
room.
person?
Perhaps he had simply missed
I
a
hate
memo.
third person games. Third person games sucks. Like, it just tells you what to do.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Maybe I
and
should
Stanley
continue
knew it
doing this. I
perfectly
actually want to
well.
know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Wait, why do I need
There's
to touch
someone you've been
though?
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
I'm on VRRN.
You're on VR
Trying to
right
make
now?
every decision
Nice.
by yourself.
Oh, you watching the
Now,
stream
I'm
in
not
VR?
asking for me. I'm asking, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who's her?
She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the
What happened?
Oh,
Where
Stanley,
am
is that
I?
you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just
What
pulling
is
the
this
bread out of
game?
the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
What?
All
What
right,
happened?
now, I want you to
I
come in
didn't
and
listen to
tell
the
me all
narrator. I
about
don't like
your
third person games. I like doing myself. What the?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Why is that a mannequin?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every
Why is
button
he
that
a
he pushes
mannequin?
is a reminder of the inconsequential nature
What?
of his
What is
existence.
this game, actually?
Look at
I
him
know it's
there,
a
pushing
simulation.
buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Oh yeah, I actually gotta press it. I can click nothing. I have
But
to
in his
click it.
in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
Why is the audio thing off?
Fantastic discoveries of new lands.
This is not
It
a
was
horror game. I
wonderful.
have to check the
And each
description.
day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Please press the button to speak to spend time with the boys.
So
Yes,
he went
sir.
further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean
ASMR.
something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy
Whoa.
world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with
I
monitors and
wonder if this
mind
mannequin becomes
controls.
me.
And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Tell your wife you love her?
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has
Why is this my
changed. The
office?
longer he
Where
spends
I
here, the
started.
more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he
Hate,
remains
is that,
here,
does that
he's
say I hate
slowly
Mondays?
killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that
Huh?
every second he remains here, he's electing to kill
What?
himself? How can I get him to see what I see?
How
How
did I
can
get
I
back
make
in
him look
here?
at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
What
And
does
I
that
tried
mean?
again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please
And I
die.
tried.
What happened? What the hell? Is this like an hallucination or what? I don't know. I don't get this game actually. I didn't get no achievement for that. So complete the Stanley Paradise. Test trophies discovery. Replace it. Quit the game and restart again. Okay. Play Stanley Paradise entry of a Tuesday. Not including load the time. Select all settings sliders in the menu to all available numbers. Don't. I don't get these achievements. What else did I get? Oh, that's it. That's all the achievements I could do. So, okay, let's actually do this.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Not to get
Feeling a
fired. That's
wave
funny.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The two, they're
Stepping into his
close.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an
Two,
indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Yeah,
So
it
he
doesn't matter. I know the
relaxed for a
code.
few moments with some calming New Age music.
Okay, we continue
Feeling
going.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Did he say good sack or good axe? Is it both?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh shoot, I forgot to enter the door.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Wow, this is nice.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
Can I
bore the
fall
number
off?
of an employee in the building,
can't.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced
Oh,
to
I
images
totally
on
did
a
not notice
screen.
this.
And Stanley, one of
Hurry
them,
up, hurry up, hurry up.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Hey Moses.
This mind control facility, it
What?
was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley
I
really
ain't
been
playing
under
Gold
someone's
Garden. I
control
ain't
all
playing
this
Gold Garden
time?
right now.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring
No, I'm
job?
not.
That his
I'm not playing Gold
emotions had
Garden
been
right now.
manipulated to accept it blindly?
I'm playing some random game.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't
I know there's
accept
a
it.
monkey.
His own life in someone else's control.
I know there's a
Never.
monkey. That's you,
It
Moses.
was
I know.
unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Oh shit, I forgot to
After
turn
they
it
kept you
off.
enslaved...
I meant to turn it off, not on. Whoops. Whoops. I'm so dumb. I meant to turn it off.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't think I need a part 1 or 2. Honestly, I think if I just beat this fast, I think I could just do it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Well, there's
Hoping he
different
might
endings,
find an
though.
coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Wait, how does it know? How does it know? How does he know I'm
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Lights.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Now
And
what?
as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would
Okay, now I
never
gotta
again
click
What
off.
are you playing?
I don't know, some guy recommended it to me to play. What happened? I turned it off.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
What?
Was it over? Yes. He had won.
What's with the vibration?
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's
What
grasp?
the hell?
What other
Did I
mysteries did
fall
this
off?
strange building hold?
No, what
But
the?
as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Am I going
For
ahead
it was
or
not
what?
knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will
What
be
the
his.
hell?
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
What?
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the
What
immense
the hell?
possibility of the new
But did I
path
beat the game?
before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
What? Complete the game? I actually completed it. So there's different
All of his
endings.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's do some opposite stuff. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm gonna do this instead. Wait, why
No
is this?
spamming.
Why is it? Did you time it out, Moses? Yeah, you could have done that for like 5 seconds.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
You could have
doors,
just done it for
he
5
entered
minutes,
the door on
Moses.
his left.
Wait, Moses, how long did you do it for? Wow.
Yeah, he was spamming.
How long did you put it for? Just 5 minutes or what?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
5 minutes.
Stanley decided
That's
to go
fine.
up to
Yeah,
his
he could do
boss's
that.
office, hoping he might find. Coming to a staircase,
Can I
Stanley
go
walked
down?
upstairs to his boss's office.
What the hell?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy,
Whoa.
why had he
What is
taken
this
that
place?
risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His
Thank you.
boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment.
Wait, I'm in
for
the
no
loop.
reason at all. None of it made any
Oh shit,
logical
wait,
sense.
I'm in a loop.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
What?
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to
What was
lose
it?
his
Next
job.
time when I say
He
that
wasn't
ban the
crazy
person, I
after
mean
all.
ban him,
And
not.
he thought to himself,
Or when I say
I'll
time
wake
him
up
out, means
soon.
time him out,
I'll have to
not
go
do it
back to my
automatically.
boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So,
Yeah,
he
but
imagined
I saw it,
himself
but it's not.
flying
It's,
and began to gently
but
float
for me,
above the
I have
ground.
like a text to speech.
Then
Oh
he
shit.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star
I
field,
have
and
like
it too
a
appeared. It was so much
I
fun,
have like a
and
text
Stanley
to speech
marveled
thing.
that he had still not woken up.
If I keep
How was
hearing
he
it, like
remaining so lucid?
if he's like
And then
spelling
perhaps the
words and like I'm
strangest
hearing
question
it,
of them
like I
all
can't
entered
hear
Who
you
was
guys, then
Stanley?
yes,
One he was
then
amazed he
yes, I'll
hadn't
get
asked
it. Then
himself
what's this?
sooner. Why is there a
Oh, it's
voice in
some
my
guy who
head
he joined earlier
dictating
before.
everything that
His
I'm
name is
doing and
Iggy. I
thinking?
mean, he was just spamming space,
Now the
space,
voice
space,
was
space,
describing
space.
itself being
I could
considered
see, I
by
could only see
Stanley,
his
who
name
found
like
it
popping up on the right
particularly
screen
strange. I'm dreaming
for no
about a
reason. I
voice
don't know why.
describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
What am I
Did the
supposed to
voice not
do?
see
Am
him
I
float
stuck in
and
a
make the
loop?
magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket
Okay,
on
it's
his
too black.
skin,
It's too black. Where am
the
I at?
press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name
What
is
the heck?
Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be
What
real.
the
I
hell's
must be.
happening?
Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What? What the?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Who?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day,
Is that
her
me?
walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
What
It was
the
comforting
hell
to think
is
this,
this game?
and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Huh? Can I get a trophy? What? I'm back.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had
What's
gone missing.
the narrator's different?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is it like there are different endings because
Yet there was not a single person here either.
what the hell's
Feeling a
happening?
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
What?
boss's office, hoping he might coming to a staircase.
Okay, so I
Stanley
went
walked
down.
upstairs to his boss's office.
So I went down. So
Here's the door, just go.
the code was 284. Yeah, okay, yeah. So where's 2? 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 4 1 2 3 4 5. No, wait, I answered it wrong. Wait. 2 2 8. That's 0. I'm going insane. Okay, wait. 2 2 I entered the wrong code. Come on. 2 2. Bro, I hate my camera, I swear to God. 2. That's 5. Okay, I'm switching my controller. That's it, I'm switching my controller. Just to enter this stupid code. Money makes me cry. Money makes me smile. Okay, that's a lot better. That's a lot smoother. So 2. 8. 4. 4. 5 is in the middle, so what happened? What happened? I answered the right code, so what happened? Nothing? Ah, come on, this is so dumb. Why is this game so dumb? So what happens if I just exit out to that door? Can I just exit out this door? Oh, it's locked. What? Can I go to the left? Never mind. So I do have to go down. Okay, so I gotta go down. I actually gotta go down for once in my life. Okay, so go down, now what? Down.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Nope,
Facility.
I'm out. Exit.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Is this a loop? This has to be a loop. That can't be crazy. It makes me cry. It makes me smile. It makes me cry.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
What the hell? What? What is he doing?
As
Where
the
am I?
machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched
Where am I?
closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger
Ah!
picture. He doesn't know the real story. Trapped forever in
Let
his
me get
narrow
out, let me
vision
get out, let
of
me get
what
out, let
this
me get out. I
world
don't wanna
is.
die, I don't wanna die.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his
Oh
brief
my
and shallow
god, oh my
life.
god.
Farewell, Stanley.
Hide. Oh shit.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing
What?
him instantly.
Ah!
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? Isn't that where I started from? What the hell is this? Is this some sort of code? What the hell?
Great. Number 6. Stanley pushed the big red button. Then he pushed the number 4.
What big button? Oh, there's so many stuff to uncover in this game. What the hell is this?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Why is it
But
vibrating?
listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
The what?
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
Turn off
Now,
the
it'll be your
PlayStation.
only true choice.
How does it know if I'm playing on PlayStation?
Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
I'm in a loop. I hate loop games. I hate this. I did this right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
What? What is this room? What is this room?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
What?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
This is the ultimate deluxe content.
Okay, so
What
far
the
it's
hell is
an
this game?
Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Huh?
All right. All right, let's see. It's the
The
jump circle. Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
What the hell? Thank you for enjoying the new content.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on
Wait,
this?
is that an actual
I'm
trophy?
infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find
Test,
these people on
please
Twitter
ignore.
and
Test
hold them
trophy
personally
display.
accountable.
Replace it.
It's my
It is
fault,
a trophy.
Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such
Wait,
expectations.
that is a trophy.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Why do I have a
What do
couch
you
though?
say, friend?
What the? What the? Test trophy display replace. What the? Where am I? That's my office. What? Huh?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Oh, never mind. You're not a dog.
What is this game? So this is why they added a crushing button?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Hell?
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
No, I don't remember this game at all. Hey, look, a $1 bill.
And over
What the
here
hell?
is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I
Are these true? They actually got a
where so
mom?
many games that aspire to
What?
be
Actually,
more than
did I?
games end up less than any form of art. Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game
I'm
ever
not reading any
created.
reviews
It was
except this
Skyrim, it
one.
was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now
What?
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content. Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
How did this door open?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely
Who's
these
this?
reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable,
Yeah, I was
but the
pretty
game
good
is already
though.
such a densely layered web of profound
Where am
philosophical
I?
insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I like to say some art though, the button clicking, it's so fun. This is not, I don't get this game. What is this game? Can't read that.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse.
I would call this
begin
part
with.
1.
You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get
I
it to
guess
feel
it's
as
just...
what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Where's this game though? What's it? Stop screaming so loud, bro. You're screaming like a baby, bro. You're screaming like some girl's murdering you. Or like screaming bloody murder, bro. Like, why the hell are you screaming like that, bro? Like, you're not a girl. Okay, I changed the title because this game is weird. Wait, what's that
What's this
laughing?
one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I
I
wish
don't
there
get
was a
this.
skip button. A skip button? Well, yes.
Mm.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews
What does
from the
that
record.
sound?
Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I just fall off the thing. No, I can't.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and
What?
I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until
Huh?
the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. But the logic of
Let me
elimination
out.
working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to
Oh my god, this guy's so
manufacture.
annoying.
Oh,
What
you're
happened?
back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy rumination. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll
Cookie
edit the
9?
rating
Who's
of their
Cookie 9?
pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps.
Who's that?
To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting
Should
new
I click it
technology at
again?
work, surely whoever it is who runs
Pretty sure you
pressurized
click it
gas
first, you
will
know?
instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible
Just
to
looking at
edit
where's
one's
Calvin?
review merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity.
Okay, I'm tired of this
Okay,
guy.
welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well,
Where-
I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable
Where's
by
the
any
door?
means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know
Where's
it's
the door?
shocking,
Where's
isn't
the
it?
door?
But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
That's what-
Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there
Boom.
any
No.
possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be
I'm
able to leave?
slamming the
Please,
body?
I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press
What?
the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Does does the game expect me to click the button or what? Let me see something real quick. What is this game about? So, what is this game about? It's adventurous first person shooting. So, this game is first adventure first person shooting. This is where is the shooting at? Where is the first person shooting? I don't see none of this. I know you guys can't see, but I can see only. I don't see no shooting. Like, it's just first person. Can I can I click the button far away? What do I do? I'm gonna click it. I don't care.
Stanley!
Ah,
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're
why
back.
is it
Oh,
black?
my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all
I'm
that
cooked.
time.
I'll click the button. I'm done. Why is it black?
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and
Huh?
about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let
Huh?
me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only...
Nothing. Fighting time. I'm clicking that button. I don't care. I don't want that beep in my ear.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and... The end is never the end, is never
What?
the end, is never 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 the...
Nothing say difference. What's the? So what am I doing? Am I stuck here or what? Ah! What happened? Whoa. Actually, hey, I like this more off than the other one. Wait, look at the light. Hallelujah. Actually, I can't do nothing. Wait. Oh, it's so beautiful. Why is it so beautiful? What the? What happened? Oh, hell, I'm out. I'm out. Let me click. Let me click it. What was that? What the hell? Can I still click the button? I still can. Where am I? Where am I? What did I do actually? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I just do? I hate these mind games. I hate these mind games. Why does someone up there? What the hell? What happened? Ah!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why is this?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Why is that one was on? Hey, who's that? No, I can't be hallucinating.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
No, I saw
Nor
someone.
did it advance the story in any way.
There's something I have to get out. There's someone I have to get out. Bro. What the hell? That new content?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, I'm actually gonna do it. First on the
And
left.
so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, this button caught my eye. What the hell? That scared me.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Do I want to go left? No, I don't want to go
Oh,
left.
no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Ah! I'm gonna get ran over. I'm gonna get ran over. Watch. Oh. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
What?
Okay, from the top.
Huh? What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You good?
Yeah, but I'm in a loop. Like, this game's a loop. Like, I don't know. This game messes your mind. It's like first person adventure slash, I don't know, hallucination. That's what I'm putting it, hallucination. Like, it mess up your mind. Where's the new content door?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game
What
over,
happened?
completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
Yeah, why?
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It
Huh?
was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Huh?
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come,
Huh.
Stanley. Let's find the story.
What the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moses, which door? Which one? 2 and 3 is mostly like the main part of the game. I mean, number 2 is the main part. But I said which door? 1, 2, 3, or 5?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely
5.
was a story here before.
Bro, just give me a door
Do
number.
we need to restart the game again?
Okay, I'm going door
Well,
1.
I find it
5,
unlikely
I
that
got
we'll
you,
ever
bro.
progress
Okay,
by
what is door
starting over
5?
and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Ah! What? No, I'm
All of
not
his
ignoring it,
co-workers
Moses.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What happened? Is this some sort of code? That one, what else? Which, I think it's... No, it's none of these. Where do I go? Where's the new content door? What the fuck?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction?
My mind is
See
not
if we missed
functioning right
anything.
now. My mind is not functioning right now. I'm not good.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
What the hell?
No, wait, never mind.
Huh?
Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What the? Huh?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Huh?
Do you know what? Since I've completely
Remember
forgotten what we
what?
were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No,
Wait,
I
what?
don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I did.
Okay?
What the?
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
What the hell?
All right, I've got a solution.
The
This time,
Stanley.
to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just
Huh?
follow the line. How simple is that?
This has to be hallucination.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Huh? I thought I saw someone for a second. Moses, I'm about to say, oh, sure, I'm scared now. I'm about to say I'm scared. What the hell? What is this? Where is this area?
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Where's...
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way,
Where
is
does
the
this go?
story of no destination still a story?
Whoa, where does this
Simply by the
go?
act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a
What?
byproduct of one's subjective experience
Wait, I
of
just
that
went through
existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence
I went
rests
through...
inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
Huh? What?
Hang on. That
Wait.
got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
What
I
is
think
this?
what
Are
we
you...
need right now
What
is
the...
a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What the fuck? Wait, I went through the... My mind is messed up. I'm like, what the... Wait. No, the game is a narrator. I have to follow what the narrator says. $11? What the hell? Question mark. Eight, 7, 6. My ears are hurting, bro. What the? Where's this go? Ah! I just teleported. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. I just teleported. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. I just teleported. I just teleported. I ain't tripping. Oh! Nah, see. Nah, see. I ain't tripping. See, I ain't tripping. Bro, I ain't tripping, bro. I teleported. I saw it. I saw with my two eyes. Look, I'll follow the line, like the narrator said. What the? I'm tripping. Nah, see, now I'm tripping. I think I'm tripping now. Now I'm tripping. My head is...
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Oh, I'm tripping. Moses, you saw I went like left, right. Huh? I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I gotta be tripping, bro. I ain't tripping.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
What the? Nope, I'm not going back in there. Nope, that's where like restarts the whole thing. Nope, I'm going back in here. I'm going back in here. Nope, not in a million years. Wait, I went through this way. I entered from. No, I exited out from this way, and then I went through the. Now I went here. Moses, am I tripping, bro? I just, huh? I better not be tripping, bro. I'm not tripping, bro. How? How? I'm tripping. I gotta be tripping. What is this game?
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you,
Oh,
after
shoot.
everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Wait, no. I found a glitch. Bro, you saw me fell through the wall? Moses, you saw me fell. I went through the door and I fell to my death and I landed. No, go back, bro, go back. When I entered the black room, I glitched. I actually glitched. Like, I actually went back through the door and I fell. Like, Moses, watch the live and go retrace a little bit in a couple of seconds.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget.
I went through the line.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something
What?
exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
What direction? What? Where? Back rooms are on my head.
Yes, this is exciting. Just
Where?
me and Stanley
I'm
forging
confused.
a new
Where am
path,
I going?
A new story. Well,
Where
it
am
could
I
be
going?
anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Am I in a loop? It better not be a loop, I swear to
Oh,
God. What
no,
the
not
fuck?
you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I gotta be tripping, bro. I better be tripping, man. This is not. I thought it was like a story. Like someone recommended me to play this game. I thought it's like a story. But no, this is just
A
hallucination.
choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Hey, yo, let me back.
I
Let me
need a
back.
minute to think here.
Hey, yo, wait.
Just
Open
walk
the
in
door.
circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere. which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this?
I've been playing for what? I've been not.
Ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Office is dead.
Determined?
This
So
better
now,
not
according
be
to the
it.
schedule, I restart again. Then what was blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
Is this a
wall. Well,
you've been playing
consulted
Division
me.
Time
Why don't I get to
seconds?
decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this?
I've been playing
Is it
for
really?
18 minutes. No, I've been playing for an hour. I have it
don't
on
want it to
track.
be.
I have it
I
tracked.
don't want the game to keep restarting.
Wait,
I don't want to forget what's going on.
that's
I don't want to be trapped
minute.
like this. I won't
That's
restart the
hour.
game. I won't do it. I won't
Wait, that's
do
kind
it.
of
I
correct.
won't do
Wait,
it.
no, that's not correct.
And the
No.
timer
What the?
stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The,
I thought it was hallucinating for a second. I thought it was hallucinating. The doors were moving. I thought it was hallucinating.
Will someone come for us? Will something
Bro, I
happen?
thought the doors were like moving like that. Like, what the hell?
So,
I was hallucinating.
okay. I guess now we just
I'm
wait.
just saying,
You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Why do I need a
In the
emergency
meantime,
crash?
if you...
What the? Huh? Huh?
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
I'm not tripping, bro. I just restarted. I did not click nothing. The game restarted for me. I'm back.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Bro, I'm not dreaming, bro. I ain't dreaming. I am wake up. I am awake. Then how am I hearing you? I'm not stupid.
You see,
Yay,
Stanley,
another
I've been reflecting on
adventure.
the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that
Yay, more
legacy.
dialogue
So
or
forget
more
this ultra deluxe
narrating.
nonsense.
Boo-hoo.
I say we take it
Yippee, what the?
one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
What the hell?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Why does this person have 2 cups of coffee? That's my brain right now. This red means my brain is not functioning. This brain is like I'm kind of following directions, but my head is messed up now. That's my brain right there.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
What
I
the
figure
hell is
that if
it?
I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a
What the
fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
I was not tripping. I was not tripping. I was like this for some reason.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
What the hell am I? No, please no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't
What the
yet
hell?
decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
What do you mean get well soon? Wait. Get what? Huh? What? Get well someday? Happy 12th birthday, step niece? What the? I don't know. This one sounds funnier.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew
What
which
the?
one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is.
I clicked this one. This one's more funny. Get well. I mean, this one was kind of funny, but I'm not using these though. It's weird. No. What the?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
I'm not back. What the? Where am I at? Go get. Wait, get it here. Free new trophy. Easy. I might need a trophy. If this is clickbait, I'm going back down. I know this is one of the achievements on PlayStation.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley.
I know this is
but I guarantee
I know
will be
that
fixed in the
he's
sequel
actually not
to
wrong.
at
It's an
last
actual
satisfy the
achievement.
hordes
It
of
says
ravenous
test
fans
trophy,
all over
please
the
ignore.
world who have been
Says trophy
uproariously
display,
demanding this
replace
feature.
it. So this is an actual
Gamers, we
trophy.
hear
It's an
you,
actual
and I
trophy.
promise it will happen.
Can I switch my settings? Okay, yeah, now I can just spam this. Let's spam it now, baby. Let's spam it, baby. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't think that works.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
What is this game? What the?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no
I'm gonna
reward
go back.
for
Can I go back?
collecting
Can I go
all of
back?
them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Hey yo, why do I turn my camera into this pitch black, but I can see the light? What the hell's happening? I don't know. Let's just continue straight. What the hell? One out of six? Collect them all. You can find them. What?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Here. Sayings World Champions, blah blah blah. Infinite exit. Where's the exit at? I don't know. Let's just continue this loop. I don't know where I'm going. Exit? Actually, no. I'm gonna see something else though. The infinite hole? What? The infinity hole. What is that? Is it just a hole that is?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
What if I don't click it? Should I not click it or no?
Okay, Stanley.
Am I falling to my
quite how to
death?
say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole?
Should I click the button or no? Oh
It's an
my
extremely
head,
deep
bro.
hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly
What
deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
What the?
Okay,
Never mind.
well, good for you. You found the
I'm at the
of
bottom.
the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Moses, do I click the button? Yes or no? Ah,
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I already clicked it. What the? I'm confused. What is my main goal here? This is like some hallucination. The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Wait, I entered through there. That trophy thing doesn't work. I don't know why. What the? Setting of the world champion? Let me open the door. That's completely useless. So what's my main goal then? So, is this some sort of destination? There's nothing to do. I'm confused. My head is in a crazy. My head hurts actually. What's happening? Let's exit. I'm not actually. I want to exit. Let's exit. Let's exit. This is the best button ASMR. I'll make this button.
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay?
What bucket?
All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Where's the bucket at? Q free drug fee, blah 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 blah, merch, blah 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 blah. Ah, here we go. B2. Where's B2 at? I'm here. Where's B2? So it's like over here or something like that. I'm not good with maps. Wait. No. Wait. B2, 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 B2. Yeah, I'm over here. I think I have to go up there. Ooh.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
No.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later. For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind,
Oh, I ain't
forget
clearing my
whoever
mind.
you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never
Is the door
understand the
open?
impact of this
I'm
button.
stuck here. I'm
Otherwise,
actually
it's
stuck
just
here.
a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim,
What?
rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Why is this game so stupid? Now it's making me feel stupid.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were
What?
the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll
What?
start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Hey yo, what the? Oh hell no, my mind's messed up. What the fuck? What the actual fuck?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Oh, there's the bucket. Ah, here we go. The bucket. Like, here we go.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration,
I see the
I've engineered a clever
wait.
solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
It's just
You
a
may even come
bucket.
to long for the gentle embrace of
I
jarring
can't get
cognitive
out.
dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
So I'm
And
just
to be
stuck looking at the
honest,
bucket.
it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
It's just a bucket. It's just a bucket. What do you want me to do? It's just a bucket. Okay. It's just a...
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
What?
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All
Can I
this
throw
and
it?
more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I thought I was floating for a second. I'm gonna say, what the hell? Oh wait. Okay, exit out for the bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
So boring. What does this bucket do? Can I use it for this machine or no? Can't do nothing. I'm just stuck with a bucket. A useless bucket. Moses, I'm stuck with a bucket, bro. Bro, what did I do with the bucket? I can't throw the bucket. I can't do nothing. It won't let me do nothing. I can't click nothing. I can't throw the button in this game. I can't throw it. I'm clicking every button. I'm confused. What the hell's happening? Hey, I guess the bucket's coming with me again. I guess.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
What the?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
This is garbage.
Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Is that a rocket?
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at
Why do I
all.
have
It's
a
a lot
bucket?
of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they
The
don't add
jump
up to
hole.
anything.
That's just a...
I wanted more than anything to create
Where's
a
the
sequel
where's the
that would
exit?
capture all the magic
Oh,
of the
there's the
first
exit.
game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't
I want
stand
to
on their
see.
own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
What?
Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could.
Is that
It would
me?
need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Well, look, I've been looking. What the fuck? Moses. Moses. Look at my screen. Oh, hell no. What the hell? What? My head is messed up. This game on my PlayStation, this game is called the Stanley Parable Ultimate Deluxe. And now the game's messing up my mind. It says the Stanley Parable 2. What the? What is this? Stop, bro. I'm clicking on it. I'm clicking on it. What is it? Oh hell no. What is this actually?
This is
Please.
the story of a man named Stanley.
Am I back in the
Stanley
loop?
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number
It's just a
427.
balloon.
Employee number 427.
It's just a balloon. I'm in a loop.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh yeah, I'm in a
Stanley
loop.
decided to go to
Actually,
the
I'm
meeting
actually
room.
in.
Perhaps he had simply
No,
missed a
no, no,
memo.
no. This can't be. This can't be. No, no, no. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
No, 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 no. This can't be. This can't be. I don't need this bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What? Am I in a loop?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd
Bedroom?
find answers.
Broom closet?
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is
Could I
trying to say.
throw it away then?
It's
Can I
supposed to
get
go
rid
with
of
the
the
other cleaning
bucket?
supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be.
Nah, let me get rid of it. I don't care. It's a bucket. It's just a bucket.
Shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk? Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Why is it dark?
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor
This can't be
each and every
achievement, right?
moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines. The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
I can't be
Soothing him,
tripping.
comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
I'll just grab the
bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Am I back in the loop again?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I can't be tripping, right? I can't be tripping.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being
I
videotaped,
can't.
monitored like guinea pigs. The
How am I
bucket
supposed to
had
drop the
never seen
bucket?
anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Oh, bucket doesn't have any emotions. Why is it saying a bucket has emotion?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions
Can I
raised
drop the
furiously
bucket,
in
please? Can I
Stanley's
drop it?
feeble mind.
I can't. What the hell?
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Can I go up here?
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or
I
content. Walking,
How do I get
eating,
up
working,
there?
all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it
Yeah,
coming?
yeah. This is the boring ass game. I swear. It's like I'm.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated the
I still
greatest
have the
and
bucket in my
darkest
hand.
enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind
Oh
control machine.
my god,
Freedom was now mere
where am
moments
I
away.
at?
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean
Am I
on,
getting
to
the true
trust,
ending
to
or
support.
what?
What? Wait. What was happening?
Wait,
Why had
what?
the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Wait, this is new.
Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence
Oh
of the
hell
bucket.
no! Oh hell no! I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm sitting back. I'm sitting back. I'm sitting back. I'm sitting back. Hello, Die Hard. Oh no! I'm
Stanley
sitting
can't
back
leave
here.
this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
What the
Not while
hell?
this building...
I went from number 1 all the way to 2 and then back to 3. Oh no, this better not be number 3 or something like that. I'm confused. My head is confused.
has anything to say about it.
Die Hard, I swear to God,
He
bro.
would
Why'd you
never again
recommend
leave
this
very
game? This
room.
game sucks.
But at least he has the bucket.
I'm in a
To be
pitch
trapped eternally in
black.
darkness isn't really so bad.
Die Hard, I
Stanley
hate you,
thought
bro.
to
Why'd you
himself,
recommend
as long
this
as I
game?
have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
You know it's for free,
Stanley
but
gulped.
still.
Very soon now, he was about to find out.
This game is good.
No, it's not. Bro, I'm back where I'm started. Look, I'm back where I'm started.
Sorry, JD.
Bro, I'm back where this is number
Like the
2.
back of his
I'm like,
hand. It was only a matter of time
No
before he
fucking
found the
God.
others, wherever they were. Stanley
Give me a
lifted the
fucking
bucket into his
bucket.
arms, and a wave of comfort
Can I join the Discord?
no.
Please.
No.
tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting.
Yeah, I'm good.
But
Just
Stanley had felt the bucket
yeah, Die
calling
Hard
to him,
recommend this
telling
game,
him
but don't
that the
ban him
error
yet.
This a looping game.
Yes, this is a looping game. Sadly, this guy you're talking to in the chat right now, Die Hard, he recommended it.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Oh, it's boring. It's just a loop game. Like,
No. said
like
the
different
bucket.
endings.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
Immature
Don't ban
guy.
him yet.
Oh.
No, you're not, Die
On the
Hard.
way
You're
to the top.
annoying.
There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was
Why is there
speaking to him.
balloons up there?
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't.
What's
That's the whole
But
point.
Stanley chose not to think about
Yeah,
this
but there's
obvious
nothing
fact.
good. There's like
He was
I
firmly
can't get
convinced
other
that the bucket
achievements.
had
I only
spoken to
got
him,
4
and
achievements. That's
unthinkingly
it. I only
did.
got
Being a
4.
looping game.
I only got 4. I'm not good with looping games. Now that means if you leave, now you gotta restart
In
the whole
here.
thing.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Blah blah blah. Now give me the telephone. Let me answer that. Now let me pick it up. Now I'm done. Now I restarted the game.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley
What
and
the
his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely.
Sorry, JD just wanted to help.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
What is his room? I'm stuck here. I'm actually stuck here. Wait. Is that the bucket up there? No, it's a pot. Wait. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Please pick down and take me to your work.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
I won't join the Discord, wink wink.
If you do, don't worry. Me and Soul can ban you, bro. Please take me.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Am I having feelings for the bucket?
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer...
Yes, Soul's Discord forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. I meant her Discord.
Doesn't do anything
No, you're
else.
still getting banned. No worry. No worry. Me and him are like, you know, we got to. What the?
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Surly, you give me one more chance.
No. Oh, there's the bucket. Ah!
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of...
Why not?
bucket.
Because you're annoying
Look,
and you're
this
annoying other
bucket
people.
does
And
have a nice
Moses
shine
doesn't
to
like
it.
you and he wants to ban you automatically, but no, I said no.
Yes,
What
I
the
suppose
hell?
on closer inspection that it
Where
doesn't quite
am
look
I?
like your average hardware store bucket. It's just
Why
a
is this
little more,
TV
what am
on?
I trying to say?
Hey, bucket.
Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
Hang on, we got some water
Like it
quick.
would be better at
I
moving an
gotta look.
amount of water from one
What am
room
I
to
doing?
another.
What am I
You
doing?
lucky.
Yeah, he's lucky. I could ban you
Oh
right
my
now.
God, what am I saying? Better
What
at
the-
carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel
Do I
so
get a
need to
secret
point
ending
out the
or
ways in
no?
which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Can I get a secret ending? Can I get a secret ending? What the?
Oh, no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say.
Guys,
Alright.
give me one more chance, please.
I don't understand.
No.
Perhaps if I had
No
the
means
bucket,
no.
this would
What?
be less
Am I having
confusing. Yes.
a
The
romantic
bucket could
relationship
tell me
with the
what to
bucket?
do in this troublesome situation.
What is this? am I having a romantic relationship with a bucket? Moses, look, you're looking at my screen, right?
Discord's not letting me join my it is never ban me IJN, why isn't it let me join?
Yeah, well, yeah, because we
Stanley,
banned
give
you.
me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
Oh.
I need it. Give it to me now.
Hear me out.
Close your eye. What happened? What happened? Go back to work? What button? What's buttons to go back to work? Wait, I'm actually loading back in. What the?
Dim Moses.
Oh, hell no.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where am I? No. I can't be tripping.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Eeny, meeny, miny,
The
mo,
busket
catch
got me
it.
about to act up.
I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger at his toe. If you wanna let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Back to the same door. Great. This is like a weird loop game. What the? Ah, why is that blood? Why is that blood? Why is that blood? Trust the complex, insanity, cute. There will be a reward for finding all of them. Near a fireplace, inside of what? Huh? I gotta be tripping. I better be tripping.
Coming to a staircase,
Nah, I'm
Stanley
going back
and the
down,
bucket
baby.
walked upstairs to the boss's
Nah, we're going back
office.
down. We're going back down. Ooh, trophy.
Another miniature Stanley figure.
JD, there is a award, find them all. I swear there is.
There's nothing in
It's
there.
the epilogue.
What is the F
What
log?
about
I'm on
Stanley?
PlayStation. There's no
Yes,
F log
I
achievement
like
or
that.
a
Another
trophy.
Stanley
Look, there's no
under
F.
your
It
belt.
says test trophy. Please ignore. Welcome back. Come visit.
You get it for finding it all.
That's bro. It's not peace. This is not
Trust me.
Steam. No. Speedrun. No. Setting a world champion. No. Select on the missile line. No. Go super. Go
Now you get
outside.
the epilogue.
What epilogue? There's no trophy that says F log. There's nothing
I
that
play
says that.
Xbox.
I'm on PlayStation and this doesn't
But
say
Stanley
it.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss.
Okay, then if you know this game, then where's the other one? Where's the other guy? There's the other ones
Still
then.
got it, it's not a achievement, it's just the epilogue.
All because he believed everyone.
JD, you got to believe me.
It's an epilogue. Yeah, that's just dialogue,
Something
bro.
occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Great, I'm
He
gonna
looked
do
down
this
at the
for
bucket in his
all over
arms.
again.
Am
I'm
I
supposed something
crazy?
sweet. I'm
He
hungry,
asked the
bro.
bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
I'm not playing this game no more, bro. I'm deleting this game. I hate this
Isn't
game.
my bucket. It's just a
This game not even that interesting. I only got 4 achievements.
Someone
4
else's
achievements.
bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this.
Hey,
Who
what happened
knows
to my
what sorts
bucket?
of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Hey, what happened to my bucket?
Now he knows
Hey, I need my
the rules
bucket.
were admitted, which was, of course, very odd.
Let me get my
Now he
bucket,
felt
baby.
himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He
Why
had
is
to
there
return
so
to his
many
old friend.
buckets?
It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket
Why'd
had
I
been
hear
coming from.
heart pounding?
The real bucket. was inside of him all along.
Wait, what?
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
What happened?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, not this again.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the
Why is she holding a bucket? Why is she holding like a piece of papers or no?
And then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion.
Why is
And
this
it's all
so
just a video
stupid?
game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Right, here we go again, another piece of shit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
meeting room.
shut up,
Perhaps
shut
he had
up.
simply
Give me
missed
the
a memo.
bucket, I'm out. Give me my bucket, I'm out.
Spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Now then, let's do this. Let's go through here. Backcast it. Remember who is me. Shit, great.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Actually, I want to do this instead. I'm going to do this ending. Great, now I gotta go through here. Go through here. Sanity, stupid buckets. Since I
Coming
collect
to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yep, I got that. Now I gotta go up to the boss's office. Now we gotta go back up here. You're stupid dumb. This was a bucket. Oh look, keep out. What the?
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
No, shut up. You just do this.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah, shut up. I don't need this stupid bucket. Okay, I'm back where I started. Now we gotta go back all the way down and then go blah blah blah. Stupid loop again, blah blah blah. Yeah, how come I didn't get a notification on Discord? Oh wait, it's off the whole time.
Bloody Discord ain't letting me join.
Haha. There we go. There we go. Now I turned it on. Now we could just do that. Why do I have 80 notifications? What the hell? Love CR7. Yeah, that's you, bro. Yeah, kicked up. Yep, I'm good. Yep. Get up. My owl is the thing or what? What? No.
What am not able to join?
I don't know. You're not crazy. Oh, also, he said,
Don't kick the kid cause you think it's me.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you kick him?
It's not hard. Trust me. Nope. Now, go back to this stupid. Well, I'm actually down here. Okay, now.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
Okay.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
I know what you're talking about, brother. I know what you're talking about.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Why is my brother asking me am I die hard?
Stop that cat. Yeah, I'm back to the stupid ending. Great, I'm back. Inside this
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use
I got
is
the
a sense of
bucket.
ease
I'm
when
about
you're
to die with
crushed
the
to
bucket.
death?
Oh
This is
yeah,
what
oh
Stanley
yeah,
thought
oh
to
yeah,
himself,
oh
and he
yeah.
sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time.
I'm
I'm
just
never going to be able to join Am I Daddy?
Alright, bro, you're getting banned. Yeah, you're getting banned. Yeah, you're getting banned. You weirdo.
Farewell,
Okay.
Stanley, cried the
Yeah, let
narrator,
me just
as
put
Stanley
the...
and the bucket were led
There
helplessly
we
into the
go. We're done.
enormous metal jaws.
Weirdo.
In a single visceral
Alright, now
instant,
what was gonna
the
happen again?
bucket's
I think
life
it
came
was...
to an
I was gonna...
end, as it was
Loser.
crushed violently to
I know, I
death.
just time him up. I think I was gonna... Oh, shoot. Yeah, time. Drop down. The
It was a
Stanley
shame, the
paralyzed.
death of such a magnificent bucket.
Where's
It's
my
true that all
bucket?
buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious
Moses, why'd
bucket
you
to
do it for 24
behold.
hours? Wow. The bucket. The best dialogue. The bucket. Great. I just hate this game, bro. I'm
Can you
not
see
touching.
how arrogant it was for Stanley
I
to
hate
take a
HM.
bucket like this
Yeah, I
and to
know.
claim it for his own? Can
Give
you
me my
see the
bucket.
hubris that blinded him? Can
Bro,
you
where
see
do
that
I...
the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his
Wait,
short
am I
life?
stuck here? Wait, actually, that's... Am I stuck here?
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
Where am I going?
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The bucket hang. What the hell? Oh, what happened? What
But
happened?
there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Okay, not this ending again.
Let Stanley die. Let
Now,
him be crushed by
now
the
they
machine.
expect me to
Don't
close
reset
down
the
my game. They
Don't
want
give
me
him
to close
another
down my
opportunity to run
game.
off
Like,
with another beautiful
watch, they're
bucket.
gonna say turn
We
off
can
your
save the
PlayStation,
world's
even
buckets
though
from their
how they
treatment
know
as
I'm on
tools and
PlayStation.
implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as
Blah
leader,
blah blah.
as
Let
commander of
me
a new
die.
world, a new vision.
Yep, I'm done. Yep, so stupid. Such a stupid way to die. Now we gotta go black. Blah blah blah. And look, we are. We're back alive. Look, kaboom. We're alive. Such a stupid ass game. Look, there's nothing to do. Wow, such a beautiful game. Damn, god damn. Blah blah blah. Okay,
All of
I'm
his
good then.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Blah, blah,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I go use the bucket?
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Okay, now let's get the other stupid
Stanley
ending
touched
where I
the bucket
die.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Blah blah blah. Let's get out of here. Let's go through here. I found 5 of them. Such a stupid game.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Now I gotta do this. Wait, did I claim this though? Yep, I got it. So, yep, it's so saved like a stupid game. Now, let me out through this door. Never mind. Now I've gotta go through here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to
Huh?
discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
Oh, no.
Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
When Roblox.
This is the last game. I'm gonna be playing this game and that's it. That's
was 2845.
2845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was
okay.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah, bucket adventure! Yay! I'm so excited. Let's all get along and cheer on. Woohoo! A bucket adventure! My fucking god.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that
Yeah,
read
yada
Mind
yada.
Control Facility.
Yeah, yada yada. Yada yada yada. Yada 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 yada. Let me just get out of this here.
The lights rose on an
Let me
enormous
see.
room
I was up
packed with
there,
television
so now I'm
screens.
gonna go back
What
here.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to
Open it.
themselves.
Open it. Open it. Open. Yeah. Now we gotta go through here. Now we're gonna go through. That's
The
the
monitors
button.
jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Yeah. Right before I turn it off.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do?
Look at the solution. Yeah,
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Yeah, I don't care about the bucket.
But
Now we
here
got
was
this
the proof.
here.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley
Now
decided
let's
that
do
this
this
machinery would
again.
never
Let's
again exert
blow my
its
brains
terrible
out.
power over another
You
human
know,
life.
scare me again.
For
Like, that's
he
a
and the
stupid
bucket
sound.
would dismantle the controls for good. Two best
Yeah,
friends.
shut
But at the
up.
last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn
Oh,
on the
shit.
controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have
Why
betrayed
is
him
it
like
so
this?
black? Why is it
Stanley was
so
prepared to throw the
black?
bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Boom! What the?
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
What the fuck?
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It
Ooh,
was a facility
penguins! I
for
like
monitoring
penguins.
and surveilling silly birds
Yeah.
all over the world.
Ooh,
The
hummingbirds.
mind
That's good.
controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket
I love
never
the
found
penguins.
freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Is that a dolphin? Oh shit! Wait. I hate this game. I'm not gonna lose.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
What does it mean by it's Stanley's office?
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley
What's
clutched the
the
bucket
next
tightly to
ending?
his chest and entered the door on his
I
left.
think it's no. I
This
think
was
it's the
not
other
the
one.
direct way to
Yes,
the
I had to go through this way.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I'll go through
And here
here.
it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no, never mind.
And then I
Bucket
had
was
to
wrong.
go through
Stanley
the
took the door on his left to go back
other
to the
side.
meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Wait, no, that's the other way around. So elevator, go down. I don't know where Cisco. Back to another adventure.
Oh, good, Stanley.
Now
I'm
we're back
glad you
down
found
here.
your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
We care about you, Stanley.
You
Why
see,
do-
your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this
Can I get in the
bucket
fireplace?
you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
No, that's so
the Adventure
boring.
Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Wait. Wait a minute. No. Can I put the bucket back in here though?
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Oh my, not this again.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original
What
dialogue?
the
Also,
heck?
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What?
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans.
Hey, what
Stanley.
was
Let's
that?
give
What
them
was
more
that?
content
What was that
exactly
dialogue?
like
Muzzy, you
this.
heard that?
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Muzzy, he said, Sammy likes drugs and hookers, bro. I don't know, what is this game? I heard it. The narrator said drugs and hookers. I'm like, hey, yo, nah, this guy can't be tripping. I can't be tripping. I heard that clearly. I heard that loud and clear. Oh, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. That's what I just said. Like Stanley's like considered drugs and a hooker. I think that's what it said. That's what
Don't
the
you get it,
dialogue said.
Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Ah.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a
Should I bucket or
well-fleshed-out
no?
character with so
Should I
much
just show the bucket or
personality
no?
that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Should I just try the bucket or no?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
Yeah,
that is its
this
singular personality trait.
Why am I looking at the? Why am I looking at the
Only
bucket?
one personality trait
Why
deserves
am I
to
looking
join
at the
pantheon of
bucket?
beloved Stanley Parable characters. Well, you see, if you
Put
were
it
to
in
really
there.
explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's
Why is
really
this
like
pretty
10
fast?
personality traits.
Yo, why
What
do
other
vibrations
object in this
feel so
game can
good?
you even
Oh
say
yeah.
that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get
clicking
back
on
to the
it,
classic
I'm clicking
Stanley
on
Parable
it.
characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want.
I already clicked the button. I was about to jump there off my. I was about to jump off my bed. I was about to jump off my bed, but oh
The Bucket
what is that?
Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now.
What is this?
Goodbye,
I hate this
new
solution game.
friend.
This streaming 3 hours of this game is crazy, bro. This was not. Watch, I'm not gonna get a lot of views from this. Ain't no way. Why is it white? My eyes are hurting now. Why is it white? Why is it white? Please, edit, please, edit, please end it. Fuck. I did all the endings.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If
Hey.
he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and
Wait,
entered the door
so
on his left.
wait, I went to the right, I went to the left. Wait, I went to the left, and then I went to the right, and then I went to the left again. So I think I go to the left. If I don't get another ending, I'm done. I'm quitting it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Do I have to walk? I don't think I have to walk up here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
Great,
stunned to
another
discover not an
code.
indication of any human
2,
life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
8.
Stanley may have broken
You
down
want to play rank after?
if not for the
Nah, I don't want
soothing
to play
presence
rank.
of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Bro, please.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
No, I have to go through this way. I forgot where's the other way. Oh yeah, I had to escape. Oh yeah, that's the last option. That's the last option. No, I'm gonna like ring, bro. I'm gonna push ring till next season. Oh yeah, now I have to go through here and then go to the exit.
Ahead through the large door
Now I gotta go through here.
Mind control facility. Although this passageway
Wait, did I do
had
this already?
escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
I think I did this already.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back
I'm
on
lost.
track.
Where am I going?
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Wait, I already did this. Oh my god. Well, Geronimo! Never mind. No, it's the same thing. Yeah, I'm good. The end is never ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe I don't need the bucket. Maybe I should leave it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I was still just staying here. Oh yeah, so lovely. I like this tight
There was nothing
space.
here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
There's nothing else to do.
Economy,
Yeah, I'm done. Actually, I'm done. My head's done, but I'm okay. Yeah, I'm in sure I'm deleting this game. I'm done. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's like some stupid game. Loop game. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Have a good day, night, or evening. Who knows? Alright, see ya.